it's imperative that the Mets get strong performances over the next 4 days in particular out of 3 of their 7 starters that will be going. 2 tonight, 1 tomorrow night, and then a doubleheader on Thursday and Friday. Got to take them at least into the 7th inning, give the bullpen a breather. There's no way, in my opinion, that the Mets want to face the Arizona Diamondbacks on Saturday with a very fatigued bullpen, because keep in mind the Mets' next off day, September 3rd. They go on the coast right after this dreadful spate of games that they're playing here at Shea.
So Bob Apodaca's pitching staff will be asked to do some mighty work here for the New York Mets, led by, of course, this man. The left-hander Al Leiter, 32 years old, looking for his 12th win of the year. He comes in with an ERA 3rd best in the league. Here at home, he has gone 5-2 this season. He'll try and get victory number 12 against the Rockies.
And the lineup for the Rockies is brought to you by your Jeep and Eagle dealer. Leading off, center fielder Darrell Hamilton, followed by the shortstop Nefi Perez. Larry Walker, the right fielder, Gary mentioned, as he did Dante Bichette. Vinny Castilla, the third baseman, batting 5th. Todd Helton will play first and hit 6th. Second baseman Mike Lansing batting 7th. Kurt Manwaring will be behind the plate and hit 8th. Pedro Estacio, for whom the Rockies traded exactly 1 year ago today. Eric Young going to the Dodgers, Estacio to the Rockies.
Take a look defensively for the New York Mets here in Game 1. Hundley, McRae, and Tony Phillips in the outfield. Alfonso Ordonez. Lopez starts at second base in Game 1, and John Olerud at first. Mike Piazza will be behind the plate with Leiter on the mound. Our umpiring crew, Dana DeMuth has the plate for this one. Ed Montague, C.B. Buckner, and Paul Scribner, the umpires for this 2-game day. It is overcast here. Wind is blowing in or a bit to right. It was a beautiful morning in New York, but very humid. A very typical late summer day. There are some showers around as we start this game. And the pitch is taken up high for a ball as Darrell Hamilton, their center fielder, leads it off against the Mets. He's got good speed. He'll draw Edgardo Alfonso in on the grass at third base, hitting .297 on the year, and puts that one to Todd Hundley. Todd's got it. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the first inning.
New York area expecting 2 fronts in the last 3 days. So the back of the first front is gone, and the front of the second front is here.
And the baseball front is somehow going to try and work its way through those 2, or in the middle of them, because the New York Mets got to get these games in. There you see, you can see how muggy, humid weather it is just by looking at that haze. Leiter gets the first man out. Nefi Perez up now. Perez has been hot at the plate. This is the only switch hitter in the, not only in the lineup, the only switch hitter on their roster, in fact. Nefi Perez, who's had a very fine season at shortstop. Leiter turns it over outside, doing ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. What a season for Leiter. He comes in having surrendered only 3 home runs, fewest home runs per 9 inning in the league, along with the 3rd best ERA, 6th in strikeouts per 9 innings. 2-0 delivery off the fists. Foul back. Piazza will not have a play on it.
You may see the reaction of not only Mike Piazza, but the reactions of the outfielders on this gloomy day. Twilight time, and fly balls could be a problem for both teams. Mike could not pick up that foul ball.
And you saw Todd Hundley did not get a good jump on that one either. Left field. 2-1 the count. Leiter's fastball, medium line drive to third. Edgardo Alfonso playing in, puts it away. Perez is retired, 2 down.
It's interesting, Gary, how many times you've used that phrase this year with Al Leiter pitching, because what looks like a liner is not really. I mean, it's got the trajectory of a line drive, but a lot of trademark shots off Al Leiter. Take you back to Jim Leland's comment to us this spring that Al Leiter last year kept the ball off the fat part of the bat more than any other pitcher on his world champion staff, and that's saying something.
Boy, he's done it again this year with the Mets. There's the fastball to Larry Walker. Walker, we mentioned, 3rd in average. He is 2 for 2 lifetime against Al Leiter. Walker against left-handers hitting .314. He's There are some players here in this game that we're going to talk about offensively, and Walker is one of them, who are having just magnificent seasons. Larry Walker, big numbers all the way around. Swung on and missed. Great off-speed delivery by Leiter. 1 and 2. Of all who may get the least of the recognition among those great hitters, Vinny Castilla may be the one who's having the best overall year. I mean, he is putting up some numbers that are unbelievable. 1-2 delivered to Larry Walker, up high with a fastball that time. 2 and 2. Colorado getting the day off, of course, as well yesterday after being in here after their game Sunday. Mets getting back early yesterday morning. Line to left. Todd Hundley coming, and off his glove, misplayed. It'll roll off the glove, not too far, and Larry Walker will go into second base. So it'll be an error charged on Todd Hundley on a line drive. 2 balls hit to him here this inning. It's the 5th error he's committed.
This ball hit very hard, and it hit the heel of the glove. I think, judging how hard the ball was hit, obviously one of Todd's problems. That ball clearly mishandled by Todd Hundley.
He gets the error. So Walker's on at second base, and that will give Dante Bichette a chance at the plate. Dangerous early situation. With Walker at second, Bichette leads the majors with 177 hits this year. And Leiter's fastball is inside to him. Second in average, 4th in RBIs, 1st in hits, and is on a 7-game hit streak. And Dante Bichette's .399 with runners in scoring position this year. Takes the off-speed delivery in the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. So this is a guy in the Rockies lineup who can beat you anytime, but right now he is really dangerous to go after. And there's somebody in scoring position. 1-1 count. Walker off second, will go back, and that will bring Piazza out. Check on the signs.
Yeah, Al Leiter actually brought Mike out there. He called for Piazza to go out there, and even if you have a doubt that the runner at second is giving location or pitches away, then you change the signs. Or the very fact that you have a meeting on the mound indicative to the runner at second, they're doing something different. That's all you have to do.
Larry Walker was getting a huge lead out there. I'm not sure that had anything to do with the conference, but
I don't think so.
Walker's not going anywhere.
No, not with 2 outs.
Lopez moves over a bit towards second base, though. This Mets second baseman squeezing the middle a bit more now on Dante Bichette. And the 1-1 delivery, and Leiter's on the outside corner with it. 1 and 2.
Fastball inside, 2 changeups away. Look for the heater back inside, and that's what Gary alluded to. Dante Bichette behind Wally Joyner of the San Diego Padres. Javier Lopez, third place. What a remarkable year he's had.
He's been up there all year. That's
Yeah.
not a fluke. 1-2 count, and Bichette fights off the inside pitch. It remains 1 and 2. It's where Leiter wants to get him. As Timmy said, inside. That's why this year right-handers are hitting .208 off Al Leiter.
He can chew you up inside.
Wow. Left-hander holding right-handers to a .208 average. Left-handers hit .272 of him. 1-2 delivery again with 2 down. Fastball inside. Walker's on at second base, reaching on the error. Bichette trying to get him home. Rockies 6 wins, 4 losses in their last 10. Been out of it for a long time. 5 games above 500 since the All-Star break. Again, 2-2. Just fought off the inside pitch.
Now that's indicative of the type of year that Bichette is having. 2 nasty cut fastballs inside. He fouled 1 back, and he just got a piece of that one. When you're hitting well and you're locked in, you foul off the tough pitches, as Bichette did on this one. That is nasty to stay alive.
Had to take his top hand off so it didn't get hit. 2 balls, 2 strike count. Swung on and missed. Got him away. So Leiter gets the strikeout. No runs, no hits, an error, and a base runner left on at second. Rockies did not score. Mets coming up after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Having fun yet? Then get to the summer of fun and Nobody Beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
With a $3.99 a month lease, plenty of cars in stock, and new ones arriving all the time, it's never been easier to get your hands on a Catera. But once you've experienced Catera's European performance and luxury, you may never want to let go.
Don't let go.
Catera, the caddy that zigs.
See your authorized Cadillac Catera dealer today.
A month ago, my son Charlie drew a family portrait. I was the one on the couch. That's when I started taking Ginsana, a natural supplement. Ginsana every day gives me energy that lasts. Clinical proof says the pure ginseng in Ginsana helps my body use oxygen better to keep my natural energy going. All I know is I can feel it. And with more energy to go around, there's more of me to go around.
Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana.
Never!
Welcome back, everybody, as the Mets will get their chance now. And Pedro Astacio, the veteran, chose to work here in Game 1. He was actually supposed to be pitching in Game 2, but Astacio doesn't like waiting around in a doubleheader for the second game. So Don Baylor said, all right, go get him. 11-11 on the year.
And the Mets lineup is brought to you by your Tri-State quality Ford dealer. Tony Phillips has been quite an asset to the Mets since arriving a couple of weeks ago. Edgardo Alfonso batting second, followed by the league's leading hitter. Mike Piazza will hit fourth. Brian McRae has had a terrific 2 months. Todd Hundley has struggled at the plate. He'll bat sixth. Louis Lopez, Ray Ordonez, the shortstop, hitting eighth, and Al Leiter batting ninth.
Defensively for Colorado, and it has caused them some problems this year. In the outfield, Bichette, not Hamilton in center, Larry Walker in right. Castilla, Nathan Perez, Mike Lansing, and Todd Helton, the rookie at first base. Manwaring and Astacio will form the battery for Game 1. Don Baylor, question mark, of course, for next season as manager of this club, whether or not he'll survive a year where this club's going to be below 500, 10 games below it right now. Astacio goes to work on Tony Phillips, up high for a ball. Astacio sinking fastball, curve, changeup. He's been hit hard this year. As Timmy mentioned, Tony Phillips has done the job for the New York Mets since coming over. 2-0 count. Talked to Tony today about that stance. We talk about it so much. I asked him, where did you get that from? Have you always hit that way? He said, nope. Did that when I got to Detroit and they put me in the leadoff spot. And of course the next question is why, and he said one reason only, try and draw walks. He said all I was trying to do was shrink the strike zone.
Like a needle through a keyhole.
Yep, that's the only reason I changed it. 3-0 delivery, and it's worked for him. He credits Walt Reniak as being the man who taught him how to hit overall, but he said Reniak had nothing to do with this particular stance. 3-1 delivery to Phillips, and a strike on the outside corner from Astacio. 3-2. Twelve walks, 12 strikeouts for the switch hitter, and as we've talked about, a very fine on-base percentage at .394, and he keeps it up. 3-2 base hit center field. Hamilton will be up with it, and Tony Phillips. It's a leadoff single for the Mets.
Now, it's true that that was his first swing, but his first swing came on his sixth pitch. And whenever a pitcher falls behind and has to throw a strike, it's not the strike that he wants to throw. It's a fastball that he guides into the strike zone, and Phillips rips it up the middle. You talk about a smart hitter and a guy who uses all of his ability, Tony Phillips.
He's on at first base, and Edgardo Alfonzo. Let's try and jump out early here. Alfonzo 16 for 42 on the road trip, now batting at .272 on the year, continuing to push that average up. That was a .405 average on the road trip, where the Mets went 6-3, winning 2 out of 3 in each of the 3 stops. Foul back, and a 2-strike count. Chicago Cubs will be at home tonight, though, as St. Louis will be in town against Chicago. The McGuire-Sosa matchup, of course, which is drawing enormous interest around baseball as the 2 home run hitters go after one another. But that will be a night game, so we'll be posting you on the scores on that one during game 2. Merker and Traxel are the scheduled starters in that game. 1 ball, 2-strike count on Alfonzo. 28-year-old right-hander Pedro Estacio went 12-10 last year, 11-11 right now. Estacio's walked a lot of hitters this year. He's walked 60 in 162 innings. That is just 1 shy of the total number of walks he gave up all last year in 202 innings. That has hurt him this year, and Alfonzo takes the timeout.
And again, Gary, a lot of times the walks are not indicative of how many times a pitcher falls behind hitters and comes into the strike zone, throws predictable pitches, things like that.
Add up Estacio's numbers, Timmy, and it's amazing. He's won 11 games this year. I mean, he's given up 20 more hits than his innings pitched, 60 walks, and he struck out 132, but he's only got a 2-to-1 ratio there. It's not good. And he's hit more batters than anyone else in the league. And almost he does. And another one. Timing is everything. That is the 15th hit batter by Estacio this year.
Folks, I am sitting up here with a psychic.
We got a number. We'll put it up on the screen.
That'd be great to advertise right behind the home plate. Be perfect. Gary Thorne, 1-800. Yes. There it is.
There it
right
is.
there.
That's it.
That's
right
it,
there.
folks. You can call that number. Gary Thorne Psychic.
Psychic to the booths.
Tarot cards, tea leaves, palms.
Meat.
Having fun yet?
John Olerud. Estacio's got himself in a hole in a hurry. Single and a hit batter. Now he faces the league's leading hitter at .352. John Olerud starting the day 7 points ahead of Colorado's Dante Bichette. Struck out in his first at bat. Tony Phillips, second base. Alfonzo at first. And Estacio will back off.
I think with Olerud locked in like he is, and with Estacio, all of a sudden his focus has got to be on the strike zone. First pitch to John was a strike, fell behind to Phillips, and then hit Alfonzo. I'd put the hit and run on right now. That way you stay out of the double play. The only problems that the Mets have had with first and second, nobody out, and John up there has been the double play ball. And there you see Olerud, Bichette, and Walker, the top 3 hitters in the National League.
John has grounded into 12 double plays this year. Off speed delivery by Estacio, missed. Tried the changeup. Cookie Rojas, Mets third base coach. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Olerud.
You could see Cookie Rojas not only allowing Olerud to see him, but Tony Phillips at second base also, in case something were on with the 2-1 count.
2-1 runners not going, and Olerud fouls it off. That'll even the count up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Olerud is 1 for 9 lifetime against the right-hander Pedro Estacio. In a big moment early in this game. Rockies play Olerud to go the other way. Darrell Hamilton, center fielder, has moved in a couple of steps and 3 or 4 steps over towards left. Met fans have seen so often. Olerud will shoot that ball out to left field and got jammed that time. This is going to be a tough play. Nobody at first. They will get the out at second. Estacio is not going to get over at first base to cover anything there, so the out will come from Alfonso. Perez getting over to cover. The only play they had.
I have never seen a first baseman range this far towards second. Look at Todd Helton. Look at him. Alfonso held up for the ball. I don't think Alfonso thought there would be a play on at second base, because had Lansing fielded the ball, Olerud's jammed on the play. Had Lansing fielded the ball, his only play would have been to first base, and nobody was there. That's a remarkable play by Todd Helton.
A rookie first baseman. First and third, one down, and Mike Piazza. I couldn't believe to me, Pedro Estacio made no effort to get over to first base.
None.
He kind of dribbled over 3 or 4 steps and then stopped. There wasn't anybody covering first base. Not that they would have had a chance at 2 on that. But
no. But
he's got to get over there.
Had Lansing fielded the ball, then you have a shot at Olerud at first base. That's your only play.
Right over the head that time of Tony Phillips, the lead runner. John Olerud going back to first base, reaching on the fielder's choice. So Piazza with 1 away, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Piazza's hitting .266 with runners in scoring position since coming to the Mets. An overall .327 average, 35 RBIs. And this is 72nd game. Off the fist, that'll fall in for a base hit. Tony Phillips will score. Holding on is Olerud at second base. Piazza comes through in a 1-0 Met lead.
RBI number 71, and he got it against his old battery mate, Pedro Estacio. It is pretty clear that the National League pitchers, the book on Piazza, pitch him inside. Mike is so strong that he did get the bat head out, kind of nudge it into left field.
Obviously, Bichette in left was playing very deep, so he had no chance to get that. And a strike on the outside corner to Brian McRae. 2 on, 1 down, a run in. Piazza continuing those big numbers against the Rockies in 65 games, just shy of 400. Inside to McRae. Switch hitter for the Mets, 234 right and 277 left. Brian McRae on the year, 18 home runs, and 17 of those hit from this side of the plate. It is really dark and the umbrellas are up. Strike on the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little rain coming down. It poured in New York yesterday around the metropolitan area all day and into the night, and it was needed rain. It had not rained here for about 6 weeks. 1-2 delivery. Estacio misses inside with it. 2-2 on McRae.
These two teams have got to get 1 game in tonight. Play a doubleheader tomorrow, but you've got to get 1 in tonight, because the Mets do not go back to Denver this year.
2-2 delivery by Estacio, foul back by McRae. And there is some lightning about as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes on McRae.
And upstairs moving furniture and taking pictures at the same time.
Same time.
Yes, there goes the furniture. That was the couch.
Drop something. Or the woman. Here's the 2-2 to McRae. That one hit in the air to right field. Larry Walker. Runners halfway. Olerud will go back to second base. McRae's retired on the fly ball out. And there are 2 down. Todd Hundley.
See that shot from high home right there. Right there. Todd Hundley is hitting best when he thinks about left center field, because then when he gets an inside fastball, he doesn't pull it foul. He hits it fair with authority. Tom McCraw, the old pitching coach who's now with Houston, used to use that approach with Todd, and the batting coach, I should say, and that to me made a lot of sense for a hitter like Todd Hundley.
He was really cracking the ball in batting practice today, harder maybe than he's hit for a while. And what a huge help it would be for the Mets to have Hundley get that bat going. He's had only 4 hits in his last 28 at-bats on the road trip. Still switch hitting, of course. Todd just 183, 34th game back with the Mets. And you notice how the fans respond to him. He made the error in the first inning in left field. There's a deep appreciation by Met fans about the fact he was willing to go out there and change positions. Curveball hangs up high, 2-1. Todd may be one of the few ball players in New York who actually draws a break when he makes an error from the fans. He doesn't hear much. And a lot of bad names hung out there for him. 2-1 count, 2 on, 2 down, and a run in. Stasio's fastball catches the inside corner, 2-2.
Todd thought it was inside, but that was a tailing fastball that caught the inside part.
Right back in. You saw the movement on that ball. 2-2 to Hundley. Breaking ball. That one missed down low, and the count is full on Todd Hundley. Lopez starting at second base today in the game 1. Viagra expect to see in game 2. 3-2 count. 2 away. Runners will be going. Olerud and Piazza. Foul back. They'll go back. Stasio's really been tagged this year. Opposing hitters are hitting .280 off him. Given up 27 home runs. That is the 3rd highest number of home runs in the National League.
Brian Anderson of the Diamondbacks has given up 29, and Willie Blair of the Mets, but mostly with the Diamondbacks, has given up 28.
3-2 count. Runners go. Strike 3 called inside corner. Hundley unhappy with both of those called strikes. The Mets, however, pick up a run on 2 hits. They leave 2 on. Back after this from Infinity.
It began as the product of meticulous Japanese design, but it was sent to Europe for finishing school. It was tested on Austria's Alpine roads, refined on Germany's autobahns, and chased on England's racetracks. Now the car that's proven itself in Europe is crossing the pond. Introducing the all-new Infiniti G20. Born in Japan, educated in Europe, now available in America.
This summer, that's our man! America's most wanted man will take any risk to prove his innocence. Wrongfully accused. It's not just a movie. It's every movie.
I'm as sure about that as I am that that's an anaconda.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, August 21st.
Hey, Mets fans, Pepsi invites you to show up at Shea on Fridays for free admission to the Pepsi picnic area. The first 600 fans with a Pepsi can or bottle will be admitted to the Pepsi picnic area at Shea Stadium for free. Have a great night with your friends and family and enjoy the game from the left field bleachers. The Friday night action continues on August 21st as the Mets take on the St. Louis Cardinals in a twilight doubleheader. So bring a Pepsi and show up at Shea for free.
We talked about Todd Hundley thinking about that lane in left center field, and he hits better. Well, there's nobody, no left-hander in the National League that works both lanes of the plate better than Leiter. The sequence, 7 pitches to Dante Bichette to end the first. Fastball misses inside. Then a changeup evens the count 1-1. Another changeup outside part. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Bichette fouls off a pitch, a tough fastball inside. He takes a fastball high, and then he fouls off a lethal fastball inside. And watch the lane, outside lane, Primrose Lane for Al Leiter.
Jerry Walker, 1959.
You got it, baby. Nice going. You were spinning platters about that.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Mine too. I didn't know that.
Vinny Castilla, and the pitch is taken inside. Ball 1 from Leiter.
So touchy.
Primrose Lane. Life's a holiday.
Touchy.
1-0 count. Well, there goes half our audience. Inside with that. Ed Montague says he did not go around on that. 2 balls to no strikes.
That wasn't Larry Walker, but Jerry Walker. Right?
Jerry Walker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Vinny Castilla, 36 home runs, 109 runs batted in. Only Sammy Sosa is ahead of him in RBIs. Sosa now with 119. And of course, Sosa's tied McGuire in home runs with 47. Castilla's 5th in homers with 36. Wind really whipping up here as a squall goes by. And the pitch is up high. Castilla's on. Don't see many of those when Leiter's on. Only the 53rd walk he's given up in 134 innings, but it is a leadoff walk here to Vinny Castilla. Get the feeling Mother Nature's just saying to the Mets, so you want to go to postseason, huh? Well,
you're going to have to earn it. Pete Flynn and Ed Montague. Ed's the crew chief, first base umpire this evening, talking things over, and obviously will do everything they can to get at least 1 in and hopefully 2.
Be reading the radar all day. Montague will stay abreast of the weather situation. Rookie Todd Helton, leading rookie hitter in the National League. And a strike taken on the inside corner to him. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner at first, nobody out. Blowing in now, but it'll be all over the place here this afternoon with these storms around. 1-1 the count. Way inside. One of the primary concerns, and I saw Montague, is lightning. It's not the rain, it's the lightning. When you got guys out there in the field, Montague's moved over to talk with the first base coach. This is the big decision for him. You don't want guys out there if there's lightning about. Then you got a chance, obviously, for real serious business.
Yet another case against the aluminum bat.
There you go. Swung on, hit in the air to left center field. Into the raindrops, Todd Hundley. Game invented by Ben Franklin, as many of you probably know, when he went out and flew a kite and said strike 1. This is only the 2nd inning of a doubleheader. Can you imagine? Good Lord. I hope the newsroom, I think they got a lot of stuff built up for today. A lot of stories.
Well, by the way, I didn't tell you that I am only doing this doubleheader if my name is not used. I am anonymous tonight. I will be doing this doubleheader in anonymity.
Would that have anything to do with the sources not quoted regarding?
Sources not quoted in Washington last night, yesterday, and this morning has me in that anonymous mode, pal.
You're it.
Yep.
You. Here with my anonymous partner on a rainy day. Mike Lansing takes the pitch inside.
Read the front section of the New York Times today. I have never seen in their coverage of anything in Washington with so many anonymous quotes. Only elected to be quoted if his name wasn't used or her name wasn't used. My goodness.
Bounce that one. Runner will go. And Leiter's having trouble here this inning. Struggling to find the strike zone. A wild pitch charge to Leiter, and that moves Castilla down to second base.
Mike Piazza did what he could. Mike moving to his left. But watch the high hop the ball takes. Bouncing up off the forearm of Piazza.
3rd wild pitch on the season by Leiter. Castilla now in scoring position. Lansing, who's got a 9-game hit streak, have the opportunity for the RBI. Hitting .277. And that's off the fist. Todd Hundley again. He's got it. 2 down.
Remember the line drive Nathan Perez hit in the 1st inning? It's a similar fly ball by Mike Lansing. You go back and you're shaking your head. Piazza sitting outside, but this running fastball, he breaks the bat on that one. I'm telling you, he can chew up some lumber.
It's going to be a busy day in left field, Timmy, by the looks of things. That's the 4th ball hit to Todd Hundley of the 7 hitters who've been up. 2 down. Lansing will need new lumber next time. Curtin Manwaring takes it inside for a ball. Now, interesting that Bobby Valentine obviously here in game one with Al Leiter pitching, not figuring there's going to be a whole lot of fly balls probably.
That's a good point.
Has Hundley in left field, maybe rethinking that at the minute. That's not a knock on Todd. That's just a fact. Todd knows he struggles out there, and normally he'll be in. He's battling, actually, you believe, the sun, which is shining through some clouds from behind home plate. 1-1. He does not have, as you see, the sunglasses out there with him. It was almost dark when they went out. Off the fist, fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Wow, look at that. He's really moving today.
Well, I don't think Todd will be affected if a fly ball's hit that way. However, I do think Tony Phillips could be affected. We have seen balls lost in right field late on Sunday afternoon games at Sun. And who's going to wear sunglasses on a day like today? I mean, it's raining. Weird afternoon.
You got to earn postseason. 1-2 delivery to Manwaring. Just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colorado catcher. 21 RBIs. Trying to tie the ball game up with a base hit. He's got Castillo on at second. Leiter back inside. Had him set up for the pitch. Missed it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rain stops for the moment. The sun continues to shine to right. 3-2 delivery. And that one off the fist. Ray Ordonez up with it. And that will do it. So despite a leadoff walk, Rockies cannot convert. They leave a runner on at second base. Mets up. Back after this from the United States Postal Service.
Ship your package in 2 days with FedEx. And you'll run into 7 different price zones.
Ship your package in 2 days with UPS. And you'll run into 7 different price zones.
Ship your package in 2 to 3 days with Priority Mail. And there's just 1 price zone.
So, what's your priority? Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Like a new Maxima, a new Pathfinder, or a new Quest. And get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Billions of dollars are just sitting in bank vaults waiting to be claimed. We'll show you how to get yours. It's Your Money, Friday, August 28th at 8, only on UPN 9.
Run on 2 hits for the Mets. Pedro Estacio back out. And he'll be facing Lopez, Ordonez, and Leiter. New York Mets have won this season in doubleheaders, have done really well. They've lost only 1 doubleheader and have come away with wins in 3. New York Mets 3-1 in doubleheaders this year. Very unusual because normally, obviously, doubleheaders end up in splits. Not that way this year for New York.
Traditionally, the Mets have not done well in doubleheaders. As a matter of fact, the 3 doubleheader wins this year, the most since 1986, a year in which they won 4 DHs.
Took a couple from the Chicago Cubs, 2 from the Brewers, lost 2 to San Diego. And a strike on the inside corner to Lopez. So squall moves over for the moment anyway. Sun comes out and not a bad day all of a sudden. Lopez 2 for his last 13, nubs that one foul outside of third base. And Estacio goes ahead on the count, 2 strikes. Bobby Jones will be making the starting game 2, looking for his 9th win of the season. John Thompson will be on the mound in game 2 for the Rockies. Switching places, as we said, with Astacio for this doubleheader. 0-2 delivery. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lopez. Pitching has been the bane for these Rockies as their ERA is dead last in the National League. 1-2 inside corner, and not much question about that one.
Same pitch that Pistachio struck out Todd Hundley on to end the bottom of the 1st inning. That tailing fastball. So if you're a left-hander, second time through the lineup, somewhere in a sequence of pitches, they'll start looking for that pitch. See that Taylor right there? Taylor made for Pistachio.
Good movement on that pitch.
Pistachio. Did I say Pistachio?
Yeah, you did, but I like Pistachio. You must be nuts.
Must be. Sorry.
That's all right. Ray Ordonez with 1 down, nobody on. Ordonez upping his average here during the road trip. Fouls that one back. 260 on the season now. He's still not drawing a lot of walks, which he wanted to pick up a bit on this year, walking only 17 times. Strikeouts though 44. Not bad. He's hitting the ball. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, break in spring training, and that's something you have to stick to. If you say if Ray Ordonez hits 240 to 250, you know he's going to play that type of shortstop.
Stasio couldn't get it. Lansing does. Running throw over to Helton. They've got him 2 down.
Then you break spring training. You say if he hits 240 to 250, then it's going to be a great year. Well, then later in the year you see him hit 260 and say, well, you know, had he done this, had he done that, he'd have been hitting a little better. But you got to take what he can give, and he has given the Mets a very, very good offensive season considering what he contributes defensively.
60 average. There'll be nobody arguing.
Nobody.
Al Leiter up. Pitcher against pitcher here. Al's had 4 hits in 37 at bats this season. 1 double. The extra base hit he's picked up. Stasio hits the outside corner with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pedro Stasio 6-5 lifetime against New York. Has lost to them twice this season. The New York Mets will try and add to that here today. Question largely of control for Stasio as to how effective he'll be in any given game. Falls behind here on Al Leiter. 3 balls and 1 strike. And he walks the opposing pitcher. Stasio surrenders the free pass with 2 down here in the 2nd inning. First walk he's given up. That'll force him to go to the top of the order and face Tony Phillips. Leiter on at first base. Stasio gave up a single to Phillips, and Tony fouls that pitch back. Strike 1 on Phillips.
I was amazed at what Tony, you said you talked to him. I didn't talk to him at the same time, but Tony telling me before the game that he didn't even think about baseball until 2 days before he signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. Wasn't working out. Nothing. No spring training. And then he had his agent call Gord Ash, the general manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, in late June. And 2 days later, he was signed by the Blue Jays and went to Syracuse. It took him 2.5 weeks to get in shape. And, you know, you talk about a remarkable athlete at the age of 39 years old.
0-2 deliveries up high to him. And I'm not one who believes in avoiding the issues on some of these things. Everyone knows, I think, the off-field problems Tony went through.
Absolutely.
It was drugs, and he had to get that taken care of, and he's got to keep taking care of it. He's going to make a living here in the game.
Yep.
1-2 delivery. Big yacker right there, but it missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the off-speed curveball to Tony Phillips. But you like to see the good stories. I mean, you hope it works. If he can do that, he can be a model of sorts, having nothing to do with baseball. 2-2 count. Not holding at first base with Leiter there. And gone. Estacio gets the strikeout. Foul tip. Held on to by Madwaring. Pedro Estacio now with 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. Mets on top. Back after this from Chrysler.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,000 cash back on Chrysler Sebring Coupe and get low lease rates on Sebring Convertible. Clearance means bigger cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Chrysler Cirrus, ranked best entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power and Associates. Or get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Neon. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Dude, get down. It's my chair. Let's go. I'm not playing games.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, dude.
He's got him right where he wants it. Just a bit outside.
Hey, those dog obedience classes really paid off.
Could you have money coming your way and not even know it?
I have money coming to me.
Ernie Anastas and Brenda Blackman are reuniting people just like you with long-forgotten cash.
Insurance policies, stocks, uncashed checks.
Do you want the money? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? We'll show you how to go online with the government agencies holding your money.
If your name's on the list, you could be laughing all the way to the bank. It's Your Money, Friday, August 28th at 8, only on UPN 9.
Welcome back to Shea, everybody. Gary Thorne, Tim McCarver, first of 2. We've got them both for you right here on UPN 9 today. As the Mets, after the rain out last night, play the doubleheader against Colorado. Single game tomorrow, then doubleheaders Thursday and Friday against the Cardinals. Today's game being brought to you by Budweiser Brewery. Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. That's the Al Leiter ready to go here. That rain in the last inning looked like the ball was slipping a bit on him as he had trouble with his control. Now it has stopped. It didn't rain very much, just enough to make baseball a little wet. Pedro Estacio leads it off here. Pitcher for the Rockies. Ending the time at bat. He's had a total of 6 hits, a couple of doubles amongst them. He's behind quickly, 0-2. Leiter has walked 1, struck out 1. And gets him easily. 2 strikeouts for Leiter. 1 away here in the 3rd inning.
Center fielder, Darryl Hamilton.
8.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. But Leiter has averaged this year with that 11-4 mark. 1 down, and Darryl Hamilton, the leadoff batter, showing bunt, takes an inside corner strike. Slide to left his first time up. Leiter rocking along here in this inning, getting it back and ready to throw it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bonzo stays in at 3rd base a bit. Towards first, Olerud. Oh, what a play! Fair ball, and gets the out. John Olerud.
What made the play more difficult, he was playing Hamilton in because of that attempted bunt after the first pitch. Watch John ranging right over the bag. Momentum carries him near the first base coaching box, and he elects to dive back to get Hamilton. Fine play by Olerud.
Mr. Quick Feet down there. 2 down. Neifi Perez hitting at 285. Lined out his first time up. Soft liner to 3rd. This time he fouls it off. Strike 1. Perez some pop for a guy at the top of the order. He's had 8 home runs. Again playing in 3rd base, Alfonso. This one popped up. No play for Piazza, though. Strike 2.
The Perez miffed at himself, thinking that he missed a pitch. You could see him bobbing that head up and down. But this is a lot tougher pitch to hit than Nathy thinks. Not only is it hard, but it's heavy too. That's the thing about Leiter. He throws that slider that almost is 2 pitches in one. It's a slider and a sinker. Rarely does a cut fastball have that heaviness that Leiter's fastball does.
That's why he gets so many ground ball outs.
Right.
We were talking about earlier. 0-2 delivery. Nathy Perez pops this one up. Again back, and again no play.
You know, one thing that hitters do when they face Leiter, they say, well, he's throwing that cutter. What I have to do is get the bat head out. Well, you've taken away one of the essentials in hitting when they think that way, because waiting is essential to good hitting. So if they're thinking, I've got to get the bat head out, then you got them at least halfway thinking the wrong thing.
0-2 again's up high with a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perez only 23 years old. Real fine speed. He finished last year second in triples, up there again this season in 3 baggers. He can leg them out. 1-2 broken bat center field, and that'll be a base hit in front of Brian McRae. So Perez picks up a 2-out single here in the 3rd inning, and the Rockies have their first hit of the ball game. Nathy Perez on at first base and trailing 1-0. Larry Walker coming up. Walker reached on the error. Todd Hundley dropping the line drive to left field in his first at bat. Ended up on second base. Only 3 of his 17 home runs have been against left-handers, but a good average against them. 314. Starts him outside. Ball 1 to Walker. Take a look down to third, checking to see whether Perez might be going. 4 stolen bases. Nathy Perez. Inside this time. Too far. 2 balls and no strikes. Dean Glenn, third base coach for the Rockies.
Not a time to run right here. 2 outs, a 2-0 count to Walker. You want a power hitter to choose his pitch.
Olerud gets back over to cover. It's a dangerous situation for John Olerud here. I mean, Walker can sting a ball, and you see where Olerud is playing in front of the runner. 2-0 count. Inside again, and it's ball 3. 3-0 on Larry Walker. .45 walks, 47 strikeouts. Not many of either for a guy who gets as many at bats as Walker does. Not going up there looking for walks. 3-0 count. He'd probably have a green light right here. Taking all the way. Strike on the inside corner. 3-1. Three-one pitch again to left field. Again Todd Hundley, only this time he's got it. No runs, a base hit, 1 left on, 3 stranded, 1 in each inning so far by the Rockies, who are trailing the Mets 1-0. Back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and Nobody Beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a 0-down $319 a month Grand Cherokee Laredo lease with only $814 due at signing. Or during Summer Days, take advantage of low 1.9% financing. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this $319 lease at your dealer.
I believe in the 98 Met.
Show up at Shea on Sunday, August 23rd for Gap Growth Chart Day. All kids will get a 6-foot growth chart poster featuring Todd Hundley and his daughter Heather, courtesy of the Gap. Be here when the Mets take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX.
Show up at Shea for Gap Growth Chart Day.
Back here at Shea in the first game of our doubleheader, Mets with a 1-0 lead. Picking it up with the RBI single by Piazza in the first. Now Alfonso, Olerud, and Piazza coming up here in the third. That's a 3-3 on the year against the Rockies. That's in the wild card race. Will not be playing Chicago again. They've already finished up their schedule against the Cubs. They do, however, have 4 games against the Dodgers, who are still in the race, although starting to fall away, and 3 against the Giants during the upcoming West Coast trip. Edgardo hitting at 272. Drew was hit by a pitch first time up. 3-0 count on him here. Grooves the fastball. 3-1. Butch Husky has been out of the lineup with that hamstring problem. Was scheduled to come off the DL today, available to do so, but Butch will not come off the DL. He may go down for a game or 2 at the minors. He doesn't want to, and the Mets right now aren't sure if they want him to. Alfonso left field, hit it hard. Bichette back, warning track. Wall looking out. Goodbye home run, Edgardo Alfonso, and the Mets have a 2-0 lead.
We have seen Alfonso hit balls out on balls down and in, but rarely have we seen him turn on a ball right at the belly button. Paul Wainer used to say belly button the ball. Well, that's what Alfonso does right here. Sitting outside as man wearing the ball back over the inside part of the plate. 1 belly button is worth 1 home run.
And 1 RBI. And the Mets have a 2-0 lead. 9th home run of the year, 58th RBI for Alfonso. And Estacio, that home run ball that's hurt him all year, jumps up again. 28 homers off him. Olerud into a fielder's choice his first time up. 1-1 pitch to him, off speed, fouled straight back, 1-2.
Gary, I was talking to Frank Funk, the pitching coach of the Rockies, before the game, and he said one thing they're trying to instill, there's Frank, trying to instill in Estacio, is to be as mean as you've always been. He's hit 1 guy in this game, but be aggressive. Means a nice word that means aggressive as far as pitching is concerned.
1-2 foul back. When with the Dodgers, we saw Estacio and how the reactions you used to get out of him on the mound. He was very intimated, involved in the game, and that he has given up some of that. No longer do we see all of those activities on the mound we used to see from him, just trying to settle him down in that regard. They don't want to lose the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Shortstop, Nafi Perez goes back to shallow center. Will haul it in. Olerud retired for the first out here in the 3rd inning. 1 down. Piazza coming up. Mike had the RBI single in the first inning. 71 runs batted in on the year for Mike Piazza, and a slow breaking ball up high, ball 1. .311 his average now. Another breaking ball. This one's in there a little harder that time. 1 ball, 1 strike. What Astasio's tried to do this year, his changeup's not that good. He doesn't have good control over it, so he's tried to vary his pitches speed-wise with a fastball curveball. That one fouled off on a fastball, 1-2.
Astasio has ideal fingers with which to throw a curveball. They're long fingers. Most unusually long fingers that I have seen on a pitcher. Sandy Koufax had small palms but very long fingers. Did he ever use them for that curveball? Wicked downer, the best curveball I have ever seen. Sandy Koufax.
We're talking about that, Tim. We don't see many of those great curveballs anymore. 2-2, reached for it to protect and fouls it off. Or slurve pitches in Major League Baseball now. That combined curve slider. Not the big breaking ball that we used to see, which was a staple for pitchers in Major League Baseball over the years. 2-2 delivery. Strike 3 called. He got him on a breaking ball in the outside corner. Piazza didn't think so.
You're talking about a slurve. That was a slurve right there. Astasio drops down, and even though Manwaring caught it low, the ball did appear to have the corner. Tough pitch. Tough.
You'll see the effect on Piazza. Brian McRae swings and misses. McRae flied out to right field his first time up. Astasio now with a walk and 4 strikeouts in the game. 0-1 delivery. Fastball off the fist, third to short. Perez says, I've got it. Nafi Perez puts it away, and that will do it. But the New York Mets add another run on a hit. The leadoff homer, number 9 on the year for Edgardo Alfonzo on this swing. Back after this from Nissan.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Like a new Maxima, a new Pathfinder, or a new Quest. And get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Hello, John. This is Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin, this is John. The reason...
Let's face it, you're not always clear on a cellular phone.
My daughter and I, your daughter and I...
But now there's Sprint PCS,
well,
the only nationwide all-digital network for a new level of clarity.
I want to marry your daughter.
That's very nice. What number are you calling?
55.
Welcome back to Shea, everybody, as the Mets have the 2-0 lead. 2-3-1 for the Mets. The Rockies have had only 1 hit off Al Leiter, a single that came in the 3rd inning. That's your line through 3, and we go to the 4th with my
No, you
partner.
can't say it.
I know, you're
That's
anonymous.
It. That's it.
We just go to the 4th inning.
Thank you. Al Leiter to Dante Bichette. I appreciate your complying with my wishes. Thank you.
Your wish.
I'm anonymous.
You are.
The whole doubleheader, pal. Dante Bichette struck out his first time up.
Can't quote him.
Nope. Jammed. Alfonzo, easy play. A high throw, not in time. Too easy a play for Edgardo Alfonzo, and a very careless error.
You don't see Edgardo Alfonzo do this very often.
No.
Because he is not someone who relaxes on plays, but he did on this one. 8th error committed by Alfonzo. You see, he just kind of easily threw the ball over. That was going to be a pretty close play because he let him look at the ball. Takes the extra time. Error.
Credit Bichette for running hard down the line. And Alfonzo with an error to open the 4th inning. Here's Vinny Castilla, 36 home runs on the year, and he fouls it off. Edgardo's 8th error of the year. And earlier, most of the errors did come on throws because he did have problems with that rotator cuff coming back May 12th on the DL for 15 days. Inside to Castilla, 1-1 to Vinny.
Going to keep 2 counts here today Ball's hit to left field to Todd Hundley. You were talking about earlier, Timmy, and broken bats with L. Leiter on the mound. I think we are up to 4 so far in this game.
That's my count. 4 bats and 4 putouts by Todd Hundley. Could be 5. We were checking the record book. The record for putouts by a left fielder, 11. Lined foul. And a ball and 2 strikes to Castilla. Of course, we're a long way away from that, but would it not be remarkable to have Todd Hundley's name in the record book, breaking the record for putouts by a left fielder?
Well, already, because of Leiter being a ground ball pitcher, to even have this many so far is highly unusual.
You say it could have been 5. Larry Walker's ball that he hit to left field was an error on Hundley back in the first. This one high, 2-2 to Castilla. Mets scored a run in the first inning on an RBI single by Mike Piazza, and then a solo home run by Edgardo Alfonzo, his 9th of the year. 2-0 New York. First of 2 will carry them both. Bichette with deceptive speed. He has 10 stolen bases. He's been caught only 2 times. And unless the count goes to 3-2, unlikely that he'll be running as we take a look at our nobody beats the Wiz scoreboard. Tapped foul. All of the action under the lights, with, of course, the exception of this first game of the doubleheader. Big one at Wrigley. And our Toyota American League scoreboard. 2 games finished in the American League. Pedro Martinez and the Red Sox over the Rangers. That's a split doubleheader. 2 gates at Fenway. Then the other game, Oakland over Toronto, 10-5. All the other games at night. 2-2 to Vinny Castilla, the third baseman. Ground ball, fair ball. Hundley will try to retrieve it near the stands. Bichette stops at third base. Nice try by Alfonzo, but that ball just inside the bag, and now the error by Alfonzo opens up things for the Rockies. 2nd and 3rd and nobody out.
Vinny Castilla had the best average against left-handers last year, and he is batting .322 against them this, .328 against them this year. Just out of the reach. In fact, may have pushed that ball a little further. Nope, didn't quite get it. Hundley went over to get it in the corner and played it as cleanly as you can off the side. Left side of the Mets defense. Very busy first 4 innings.
So here's Todd Helton. He flied to left field, his first at bat. Foul ball. 0-1 to Helton, who entered the game just under 300. He's had a fine year. I think the Rockies expected the average. They did not expect the power output by Helton in his rookie season. For the most part, his first full year. He's not classified as a rookie. Check that. He is a rookie. I beg your pardon. Only 93 at bats last year and 130 at bats in any 1 year. That's what qualifies you as a rookie,
which does give him a shot at Rookie of the Year. As a result, he's going to get some votes.
Got Travis Lee of the Diamondbacks, who hit his 20th against the Mets the other night, and then of course Kerry Wood. Brad Fulmer of Montreal. Steve Kotze of Florida, but I think it's Helton and Lee from the power department. Mark Kotze with the Florida Marlins.
68 RBIs too for Helton. We mentioned in Colorado, for a young player to hit in pressure situations, to me that would impact my vote, and this kid has done that this year, and he's put up tremendous numbers. RBI-wise, 361 with runners in scoring position this year.
Got him on strikes. Leiter with that cut fastball. Third strikeout and the first out here in the fourth inning.
The only thing you're going to do with this pitch is take it the other way. Todd Helton inclined to want to pull because of that power. Not one who leans into pitches and tries to drive it to left field. And with that pitch, you're not going to pull it.
So Helton is out of there. There's one out here in the fourth. And Clouds once again move into Shea. Mike Lansing flied to left his first at bat. Inside, ball one to Lansing, formerly with Montreal, traded for by the Rockies. And Mike, a gutty player, a gritty player, a plucky player with the Expos. His first major league home run against the Rockies in his rookie year back in '95. Inside corner, 1-1 to Lansing. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Leiter's come inside 3 times in a row to Mike Lansing, missing twice, catching once, 2-1. Jammed. That's 5. My partner flashes his right hand. It's 2-2 to Lansing.
Glad you finished that sentence. 5 broken bats.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
It is worse, isn't it? It is getting worse.
6 sliders biting.
5 curveball breaking. 3 pigeons walking. You see, it's not Christmas yet, so you take what you can get.
And a round of applause for that pigeon here at Shea. 2-2 to Lansing. Jammed. Make that 6. And a big second out right there, 2 away.
He broke it once on the pitch and twice on the slam. Zell Leiter ate him up. Watch the jam pitch. Leiter broke the bat, and then watch this. Threw it down.
This is a good move by Bobby Valentine. And Waring will be walked. And you pitch against Estacio, who's batting only 133 on the year. Bobby probably figuring, why chance it? You get the strikeout with the first baseman Todd Helton, a guy who is tough to strike out. He has fanned only 40 times this year and over 400 at bats.
Now, if you're Don Baylor here, Timmy, you think about a squeeze?
Not with 2 out.
No, even with Estacio.
You've got Bichette on at third base and Castilla on at second, and then Manwaring on at first. Bases loaded, 2-0 Mets. Estacio struck out his first time up. Waves at the cut fastball. 0-1 to Estacio.
It's going to be a very devastating inning for the Rockies. Get your first 2 on, get them in scoring position, and don't get one.
Another one waved at. 0-2 now to Estacio. The error by Alfonso, and then a double inside the line by Castilla. Second and third and nobody out, and now the base is loaded and 2 outs. fouled off. We'll do it again. Outfield properly shallow against the weak hitting Astacio. Only 2 extra base hits on the year. Another one fouled away. Still no balls and 2 strikes to Pedro Astacio. Got him on strikes. What a great job by Al Leiter. Mets still lead it 2-0, middle of the 4th. Back after this from Toyota.
Got a minute?
I got a fish.
Well, Toyota's national clearance event is here, and it's time to get great values on a huge selection of 1998 Toyotas, like the legendary 4Runner, named the best overall value in its class, and RAV4 with one of the lowest maintenance costs in its class. So take time to catch the values at Toyota's national clearance event, now at your Toyota dealer.
What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and...
Get some farf, too.
Yeah.
Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. There's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on farf.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John.
So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
See your local retailer to get $200 of programming when you get DirecTV.
What you want is power, comfort, and space at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because now you can lease a Ford Expedition for just $409 a month. What you want is the confidence of driving an Expedition. What you need is a low $409 a month lease payment. What you want is the best full-size sport utility vehicle and initial quality. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
East River in the foreground, skyline of Manhattan, and Central Park in the background. Tonight's game brought to you by Nobody Beats the Wiz. For total home entertainment, Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company, and by your local Greater New York Toyota dealer. Toyota every day. That is certainly going to be the theme of the New York Mets this week. Baseball every day. Bob and Head Dial Man back in business. 2-0 New York here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Todd Hundley struck out with 2 on in the 1st inning. 2 nasty pitches that he had taken during that at bat. And the breaking ball in there to Hundley. Like another curve, and it was inside. You know, Astacio's thinking of that vulnerable inside area, and you can bet Todd Hundley is too. Here it comes. Fastball inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hundley. Keep flirting in that area, and that's Todd's long ball. That ball down and in. Hit that ball a long way. Change up, right field, home run, Todd Hundley. 3-0 New York. Since Todd has come back, Gary, I think that is the easiest swing that I've seen him take.
He was ready for that at bat, thinking about the things you were talking about.
Inside corner to Lopez. Nothing in one.
Stasio kept flirting inside. Didn't get it inside far enough. Right in the wheelhouse. That's where Todd Hundley thought it was going to be. We have 2 psychics now available for duty.
See how compact that swing was? The hand came off the bat on contact. 0-2 to Lopez. And the breaking ball gets Louis. That's the 2nd home run of the year for Todd Hundley. The other in St. Louis. Adding greatly to a Mets win against the Cardinals on the recent road trip. You know, sometimes, Gary, I don't think hitters give their hands enough credit for being as quick as they are, and you try to, no, I was like that. And every hitter is. You go through those things where you just try to overpower the ball. In golf, they say swing easy, hit it hard. In baseball, it's the same thing. 1-0 to Ray Ordonez. Popped up, playable, right center. Walker waving off Lansing. 2 outs here in the 4th.
Obviously, especially if you're pressing, as Todd Hundley has been to hit the ball, you're even more likely to want to try and overpower it. At that time, Stasio really set himself up that time. And he kept doing the same thing on those at-bats to Todd Hundley. And after Todd, once he knows something's coming, goodbye.
We've talked about how the curveball breaks from 12 to 6 for a hitter. If you can picture a clock, it's almost from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. That's the most important thing, keeping things compact and through the hitting area right here. 3 to 9. And 3-0 New York. Anything you do before you get to that 3 to 9 area is superfluous, but in that area, if you keep it compact, the hands, John Olerud, very quiet hands, but from 3 to 9, lightning fast. Full count now to Al Leiter. And Leiter goes down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Stasio. I said it again. I've got it.
But it's an anonymous quote.
That's anonymous. That's exactly right. We're anonymous at Shea. It's 3-0 Mets. They're anything but anonymous. Back after this from Warner Brothers.
Who is Ryan Harrison? A man on a mission? A fugitive from justice? Or a passionate lover?
I feel like I'm flying.
Wrongfully Accused. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, August 21st.
What you want is a minivan at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because now you can get Flo's 0-9 financing on Ford Windstar with its 5-star crash test rating. What you want is Windstar's comfort and convenience. What you need is Lowe's 0-9 financing for up to 48 months or $1,500 cash back. What you want is a great selection to choose from. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
Integrity is the foundation. Humanity is the stone. Compassion is the mortar. Strength is the steel. These are the values that build this company. These are the values behind the products we offer and the services we provide. For more than 150 years, these are the values that have made New York Life the company you keep.
Well, they are, young man. They are leading 3-0 with solo runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th. Al Leiter has been his terrific self, pitching out of major trouble in the 4th inning where the Rockies had runners on at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And he got Todd Helton on strikes, a weak pop-up by Mike Lansing. And then after walking Kurt Manwaring intentionally, Pedro Stasio struck out. Now time for our new Dodge quiz. Who was the last Mets pitcher to win 20 games in one season? Darrell Hamilton will be the batter. Al Leiter would have a couple of more wins, perhaps, had he not gone on the disabled list. He entered this game 11-4, and the fastball is high to Hamilton. David Cohn was 19-3 that year the Mets won the Eastern Division of the National League. In '88, lost to the Dodgers in the playoffs. The Dodgers went ahead and beat Oakland in 5 games to win the World Series. 1-1 to Hamilton. Ground ball inside the line at first. Hamilton will try for 2. Phillips on a quick throw, and it's offline. So Hamilton, with his 23rd double of the year, is on base. That is the 3rd time in 5 innings the Rockies have had their leadoff runner aboard.
They've already stranded 6. They've been able to get people on, but not get them home. Threatening in every inning of this game, and again here.
So Hamilton on at second base. Now Neifi Perez, the shortstop, is 1 for 2. He had a single to center his last at bat. Perez bunting, and now Alfonso makes the play. Alfonso laying back. I think Leiter kicking himself, thinking that he probably could have caught that ball in the air had he kept coming.
That's what Alfonso thought was going to happen. So Edgardo Alfonso started in, stopped, not wanting to run into Leiter, and then made a fine pickup to get Neifi Perez at first base, a speedy runner. Leiter looked like he was going to make a play, then backed off.
I do not think a sacrifice should be given on a play like that. I mean, the Rockies are trailing by 3. Perez certainly bunting for a base hit. You could see Hamilton stop in your background. And then it took a fine play by Alfonso to just get Perez. But Perez obviously bunting for the base hit. 1-0 now to Larry Walker. Fly ball left field and deep. Hundley over, now back at the track, and he misplays another one. Todd Hundley. It's going to be a double for Larry Walker. And in fairness to Hundley, that a lot tougher than the first ball that he misplayed. But a ball that should have been caught.
That was almost a really interesting play. Hamilton thought the ball had been caught. At third base, he thought Hundley had caught this ball because he kind of trapped it against the wall. Right here, Hamilton went back to third. And then third base coach Gene Glenn was screaming for him to go home, as Hundley had never hit the ground. So he bounced off his body and then came down. Hamilton waited, not sure whether he'd caught it or not. Well, Todd has been found out there in left field today.
Well, the flag is blowing toward the Mets dugout. That's blowing from left center to right, and we have talked about it so many times. That was right into the teeth. If you're looking at the flag, that was into the teeth of the wind. But because of the horseshoe shape at Shea, you can't judge fly balls and the wind by that center field flag. And that ball really carrying to left field and over the head of Hundley, and a double for Larry Walker. 3-1 game now. Mets on top, and way inside to Dante Bichette. 1-1 to Bichette.
Mets knew when Todd Hundley went out there, this was one of the things they were going to have to live with.
Right.
Wanted his bat. He's hit a home run in this game. It's a risk they're taking for the sake of offense.
Walker with an idea about running. Ground ball right side. Lopez makes the play. We have had 2 terrific plays to keep the Mets out of a big inning. The one by Alfonso and now one by Lopez. 2 outs.
And 7 broken bats. That was another one. As Leiter came inside, Bichette just nubbing that one. Lopez was playing the other way. Has got to hurry. The throw off balance, never really got turned around. Threw it in the air. Fine play by Louis Lopez.
He was playing Castilla, or I should say Bichette, close to second, playing him to pull, as he well should have. Had a long way to range and got his man. Here's Castilla. Change, grounded into left field, base hit. So Castilla with a base hit. Walker scores. It's now a 3-2 ball game. For Castilla, RBI number 110 on the year.
Larry Walker, who had the double, now tied for second with 42 baggers, comes in to score.
So here's Todd Helton. Todd 0 for 2 on the game. We're in the 5th inning. It's 3-2 New York. First of 2. We will carry both games here on OR. Make that 8 bats. Mike Piazza, I believe, was hit with the backswing of Todd Helton. And thankfully, Mike had that helmet on. Bobby Valentine out to hoping it hit the helmet and not bone.
Watch the backswing now. He's pulling so far back here. Oh, right on it. You could hear it.
Well, unfortunately for Mike, it was on the right side of the helmet. So 0-1 to Todd Helton. Outside and low, 1-1. Reading in the science section of the Times today how 1/3 of Alaska's cedar, I believe it was cedar, possibly spruce forest, have been destroyed by a beetle, as this one is lined to left. So Helton singles to left field. That'll bring up Mike Lansing. 4th hit of the inning for the Rockies. All you have to do is just put Al Leiter up there and he'd destroy the other 2/3.
Maybe the primary reason the rainforest is in trouble.
I mean, 8 bats already. Only in the 5th inning.
That's 6 hits off him. Rockies, as we said, stranded 6 through the first 4. Finally this inning finding a way to get him home. So this has not been an easy road so far for Al Leiter.
Outside to Mike Lansing. By the way, that bunt by Perez was scored a sacrifice. I really do not understand how a sacrifice can be given on that. With the Rockies trailing by 3, it was clear that Perez was bunting for a base hit. And if it wasn't clear, someone ought to talk to him. It's 1-1 to Mike Lansing. Ground ball, left side, Alfonso, nice play. Well, what an odd inning. There was a misplay by Hundley, but 3 fine plays, 2 by Alfonso and 1 by Lopez to prevent further damage. 3-2 Mets, back after this from Ford.
What you want is a great selection of America's best-selling cars. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low, zero non-financing or $1,000 cash back on Ford Escort and Contour. What you want is the best car. What you need is low, zero non-financing or $1,000 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
I'd like a wireless phone.
Come here. Free phone if you sign up today, plus a zillion free minutes. Off-peak only, after a monthly service charge, which I change it will.
Sign here. What's this?
You're indebted to me forever, yada, yada, yada.
A contract?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
At OmniPoint, we have no contract to sign and no hidden charges. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Look, I'm gonna let you keep your firstborn.
OmniPoint, clear sound, straight deal.
Get a $129 Siemens digital phone for just $49.
The Toyota Land Cruiser. For nearly 50 years, its capability has been legendary, unbeatable, until now. Toyota's first V8 Land Cruiser has arrived with an all-new 230-horsepower V8 engine and a smoother, quieter, more luxurious ride. More room inside. More convenience features than ever before, and a look that says roughing it doesn't get any smoother than this. The all-new V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. Get the real picture at your Toyota dealer now.
The battle for Big Apple gridiron supremacy will be played here when the Giants take on the Jets. Thursday at 8, only on UPN 9.
Mookie Wilson, a few words to Todd Hundley before taking his position in the first base box. He's telling him to turn to your left and you won't have that problem. Put your right hand up, feel the fence, and that way you're able to make the play. Boy, you know, it's tough on Mookie. It's particularly tough on Todd. This is a crammed course in left field, Gary.
Tough in big games, big part of the year. Nobody wants to do it more than he does. Tony Phillips leads it off here. First ball hitting left field. Dante Bichette. And Phillips now 1 for 3. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 5th. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Mets. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Rockies. Edgardo Alfonzo, one of 2 home runs hit by the New York Mets today. Todd Hundley the other.
Manwaring setting up outside, and the ball about 7 inches to the left. Whenever you see that catcher sitting outside and he has to move the mitt to his left, you know how far a pitcher is missed with the pitch.
Alfonso 6 for 20 now against Pedro Stasio. Takes the strike. 1-1. RBIs have gone to Piazza on the single, and then the home runs by Alfonso and Hundley. Looping curveball, misses that time. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Alfonso with 1 down and nobody on. Stasio also picking the pace up here. 3 ball, 1 strike count. He has walked only 1, but has fallen behind a number of hitters in this game. Has struck out 6. 3-1 fastballs down low. So the walk, the second given, comes with 1 away here in the 5th inning. Let's get Alfonso on.
3 quality at bats by Edgardo Alfonzo. Stasio had him 0-2 the first time. He worked the count to 2-2. He was hit by the pitch. Then he hit the home run and now walks on 5 pitches.
That will bring up John Olerud. Fielder's choice and a pop out today. He's only had 1 hit ever off Stasio. 1 for 11 for Olerud. Helton will hold it first on Alfonso. And a strike fastball outside corner. Oh, John will get to see the race in earnest here. You see the magnificent month of August that he has had. That .433 batting average. Only Dante Bichette has had a better August at the plate than John Olerud in the National League. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Mookie Wilson talking at first base with Alfonso as they look over for the signs at third. Olerud's got a 1-1 count. Big hole between first and second with Todd Helton holding the bag. Long look. This is one of the things Bobby Valentine talked about in spring training. Sometimes you do things where nothing's really going to happen, but you want to get the opposing club to think something may be on. Get Stasio to start thinking about whether or not there's something on here, whether Alfonso's going to be running, so he gets more concerned about the runner. Maybe mess up a bit, deliver a fat pitch. Missed outside there. 2 balls and 1 strike on Olerud.
The only reason not to put the hit and run on in this situation is that Olerud is so hot that you don't want to compel him to swing. You want him to swing when he wants to and not when he has to.
And ahead on the count here. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one hit in the air to center field. He got a lot of it. 4-10. Hamilton back at the wall, reaching up, can't get it. Goodbye, home run. John Olerud, a 2-run homer.
So Bobby Valentine allowed Olerud to choose a pitch, and did he ever clock it?
Three home runs in this game off Estacio. A 2-run homer by John Olerud. 17th of the year for Olerud, and it's a 5-2 Mets lead. John was 76 runs batted in now. 22 homers last year for Olerud. Career high is 24 for John. Strikeout there. Oh, a big blast by the Mets first baseman.
From 3 to 9, we looked at Todd Hundley from 3 to 9, how quick he was in the zone. Let's check Olerud. 3 to 9. That's bringing the bat through the zone. You often hear about it. Now, the wizardry of our guys in the control room, they just tried that this afternoon. Just a great job of putting that together and trying something, but that's what hitters will talk about. From that 3 o'clock position to the 9 o'clock position, how fast are you through that area? And Hundley and Olerud very fast tonight.
He was right on that one. John Olerud. The second hit he's had off Estacio, who won't forget it. 2-1 delivery to McRae is outside. 3-1, 2 down, 2 runs in here in the 5th inning. That's now with 5 runs on 5 hits using the long ball. Team 14th at home runs in the National League. The Mets today getting advantage, and that one's deep towards the corner, way back. Goodbye, home run, and another. 4 dingers on the years. Brian McRae goes the other way with it.
My goodness, the ball shooting out of this ballpark. 3rd time that this year the Mets have had 4 homers in the same game.
Brian McRae, career highs in homers, 19 long balls for Brian McRae. Todd Hundley had a home run his last time up.
Remember, we talked about Frank Funk, the pitching coach, saying that Estacio has not been aggressive enough in pitching inside this year. I mean, in the old Pedro Estacio, somebody would have been down by now. There's Frank Funk, the pitching coach of the Rockies.
6-2 lead. Hundley 3-0 pitch, and he walked him on 4 straight.
Brian McRae, watch how he stays on this pitch. You've got to stay on it to hit a ball that far the other way. 4th home run in 5 innings, and the 3rd. Make that the 2nd in the 5th. My gosh.
Pedro Estacio moves now to a spot he doesn't want to be number 1 in. Most home runs surrendered by a National League pitcher. 31. Oof. 31. Hundley on at first base. 3rd walk given up by Estacio. Mets with Lopez up and 2 down. 8th man up in the inning. 6-2 lead. Lopez has struck out twice. That one to left field. Dante Bichette. And that will retire the Mets, but not before they use the long ball. Ryan McRae, a solo shot, is 19th, and John Olerud, a 2-run homer, is 17th, and the Mets have a 6-2 lead. Back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and Nobody Beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
What you want is a great selection of cars at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because doing Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low 0% financing on Ford Taurus. Plus, get $750 cash back. What you want is style and performance. What you need is a Ford Taurus with low 0% financing and $750 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store today.
Excuse me, the New York Lotto jackpot is now $20 million.
Cool. Believe in the '98 Mets. Show up at Shea on Saturday, August 22nd for Thai Beanie Baby Day. All kids 14 and under will get Curly the Beanie Baby free. Curly comes with his own commemorative card, making this Curly a very special Beanie Baby. Don't miss the action as the Mets meet the Arizona Diamondbacks. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX. That's 718-507-TIXX.
With the Mets leading at 6-2, Bobby Valentine will make the defensive change. Tony Phillips moves from right to left. Todd Hundley out of the game, and Lenny Harris comes in and will play right field. So the Mets using the long ball, small agate, important numbers.
Buy low, sell high.
Retire. Pedro Estacio giving up 6 runs on 6 hits, 4 home runs off him today. That's taking advantage of all of it. The other way for the Rockies. They've had people on. Finally got a couple across, 3 across in the 5th inning. Kurt Manwaring takes the pitch inside. Manwaring, then the pitcher due up, and then Hamilton will have a pinch hitter. Speaking of retirement, Estacio is going to be doing that today.
Or your team's just scored 3 runs. You do not want to come out and walk the leadoff batter. 3 straight balls from Leiter.
Walk to Manwaring his last time up. Strike on the inside corner. That one came on an intentional pass. Only 2 walks by Leiter total today. 3 ball, 1 strike count on Manwaring. First of our doubleheader here in our broadcast today. Popped up behind first base. Lopez over. Harris coming in and falling down, makes the catch. With the light rain we've had, a little slippery out there. Little help from first base umpire Ed Montague, and Lenny Harris does it the hard way. Manwaring's out of there.
Like the Daytona 500 with that skid mark into the line. Lenny Harris had that all the way. Fine play by Lenny Harris, in for defense. Tries to hold up, but that really was a terrific play. I mean, Lenny couldn't help that his feet came out from under him. We'll laugh about it, which you can when you hold on.
That's right. Kurt Abbott will be the pinch hitter as Pedro Estacio is out of the ball game. Abbott 1 for 5 as a pinch hitter. Tough day for Estacio with a 6 runs, 6 hits, 4 homers off him. 5 innings worked. Drilled but foul by Abbott.
Daytona.
Told you they'd be replacing Sod here with all these games.
You sure did. You sure did. Not this early, though. My gosh, we're only in the first game.
It's supposed to be Saturday or something.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike on Abbott. Leiter. Side to him here, 2-1. The rotation for the Mets is being affected already in this game because Leiter is a possibility to start on Saturday. It was going to depend on how it went here in this game. He's got a 6-2 lead, but he's thrown a lot of pitches. Abbott, a towering pop-up, third base. Alfonso just puts that one away. Foul territory, says Dana DeMuth, the home plate umpire. 2 down.
Carlos Baerga will be starting game 2 in all probability. That ball rolling around. Bonzo throwing it around before it does funny things.
Get rid of that thing.
That's a strange ball. It had Lenny Harris slipping right, and now it hit the heel of the glove of Alfonso.
2 down, nobody on. And leadoff batter Darrell Hamilton, who doubled and scored in the 5th inning. The RBIs for the Rockies, so Walker and Castilla both in the 5th. 1-0 count. Just missed inside with that one. Leiter's lost only 1 game in his last 12 starts and none in his last 5. He's 2-0-3 in his last 5 starts. 2-0 delivery, fastball inside corner that time. Al with a 2.36 earned run average. Starting the day third best. 2-1 delivery. Right around it all the time. 3-1 though. That one missed inside. Hamilton, the 1 for 3 today, now at 297 on the year. The short, Ray Ordonez, and that'll skip over his head into left field. Tony Phillips up with it. That'll be a 2-out single for Hamilton, so he's 2 for 4 on the day.
Ball almost beheaded Ray Ordonez. That might be too strong a term, partner, but get the idea anyway.
Got the idea.
Those Ann Boleyn one-hoppers.
That really shot up and over. Neifi Perez. Perez 1 for 2. He was credited with a sacrifice that last time up, and we thought he was bunting for a base hit. And that to third. Alfonso's got it. He was playing in. The ball close enough, so the New York Mets defense, it's been one of those days, all or nothing. And they've needed it. They've gotten it. Estasio's out of there. We'll be back after this from Toyota.
Hey guys, got a minute?
Sure.
You should know Toyota's national clearance event is here. Time for the best selection and time to buy a Tacoma 4x4. Four-Wheeler Magazine's 1998 pickup truck of the year. Buy now and save up to $1,500 with factory-to-dealer incentives. You won't find more value in a compact pickup truck. So take a break and get to Toyota's national clearance event now at your Toyota dealer.
Ship your package in 2 days with FedEx. You'll run into 7 different price zones.
Ship your package in 2 days with UPS. And you'll run into 7 different price zones.
Ship your package in 2 to 3 days with priority mail. And there's just 1 price zone.
So, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a zero-down, $319 a month Grand Cherokee Laredo lease with only $814 due at signing. Or during Summer Days, take advantage of low 1.9% financing. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this $319 lease at your dealer.
Mike DeJean in relief of Pedro Estacio. Estacio going 5 innings, giving up 4 home runs during that time. Mets with 6 hits, 4 home runs. And Mike DeJean, 3-1 on the year. Just thinking that with Al Leiter batting second in this inning, he's thrown 105 pitches. No one warming for the Mets, but I was thinking Bobby Ballantyne may think about removing Leiter if he does start on Saturday. You limit his pitching, his pitches and pitch count, but you know, you got to go for the moment. I mean, you got to go with the best guy for the moment. You just cannot look too far ahead.
The other alternatives go just the other way and see if you can get a complete game out of him, keep everybody else fresh.
Yeah, that's right, because we said at the beginning of the game they've got to get 3 guys in this week to go deep into the game before Saturday.
Leiter's got a chance to do that in this one. Bottom half of the 6th inning. There's Al. He'll be coming up. Ray Ordonez against the 27-year-old right-hander Mike DeJean. And a strike on the outside corner. Ray is grounded out and flied out. Oh-2 delivery and swung on and missed. So DeJean gets the strikeout, 1 away. Our new Dodge quiz, the last Mets pitcher to win 20 games in 1 season.
Frank Viola is the only guy that kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I didn't know that. I'm strictly guessing, but I didn't know. I thought it was like 89 when he couldn't have been that year because that was the year he's traded to the Mets from
90.
Minnesota. Yep.
He got the 20 wins. Frank Viola. Al Leiter today has walked and struck out. DeJean with a fastball, 0-2. DeJean leads this ball club in innings worked out of the bullpen. Baylor hoping, I'm sure, get some innings out of him here, and that'll be his 2nd strikeout. 2 away here in the 6th.
Gary, looking up at the scoreboard, Boston has taken a 2-0 lead over Texas after beating the Rangers 4-1 this afternoon. That is a split doubleheader up there. Fenway getting in 2 gates, and with Boston doing as well as they have been doing, one would think that both would be close to sellouts.
Yeah. There you see the score in game 2 in the 3rd inning. Boston on the road towards a wild card spot. 2 down, nobody on. Tony Phillips single in the 1st inning, scored on the RBI by Piazza. Fouls it back. 1 for 3 on the day for Tony Phillips.
As we speak, the Texas Rangers a game and a half behind the Anaheim Angels. Those 2 teams play one another 5 times the last 11 days of the season. That could very well determine the wild card, or I should say the divisional winner in the American League West.
0-1 delivery, and DeJean's fastball is there. 0-2.
Red Sox are 22 games over 500 and 19.5 behind the Yankees.
Amazing. 6.5 over Texas for the wild card starting the day. They've beaten Texas once and a chance to beat them again. Would give the Baltimore Orioles a chance to move into 2nd place in the wild card race. If Boston comes away with wins in both halves of that doubleheader, the Orioles will be home tonight against Minnesota. Baltimore, of course, the hottest team since the All-Star break. And slapped down to 3rd. Castilla's up with it. Over to Todd Helton, and DeJean comes on and retires the side in order. We've completed 6 at Shea. First half of our doubleheader. We've got them both for you. Mets up. Back after this from Budweiser.
Frankie, baby, I got some great news.
What is it, Louie?
The middle frog, he's experiencing post-electroshock muscular irregularity.
What?
He's developed a nervous tic, Frank. He can't act anymore.
That's horrible.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Budweiser wants me to replace him.
What, have they lost their minds?
All my hard work has paid off.
Your hard work?
Yeah, well, the auditions, you know, the drama classes.
Yeah, Louie, you hired a hitman.
With my own money, I might add.
More than you know, more than you know.
GM is back.
More than you'll ever know.
Back building more brand new high-quality 98s. In fact, we have more 98 models than anyone else. More new 98 cars, more new 98 trucks. That means you'll find more year-end deals, more low financing, and more big incentives on brand new 98s, fresh from the factory.
More than you know, more than you'll ever know.
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Shea Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shea's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
John Gotti, Woody Allen, and Uma Thurman are on the list. How about you? It's your money. August 28th, only on UPN 9.
Al Leiter for the Mets and a 4-run lead to work with as you see the line through 7. And we go back to our anonymous announcer here in game 1.
Thank you very much, Gary.
But all right, sir.
6 hits for the Mets. 4 have been home runs. 6-2, New York on top. Home run by McRae, Hundley, Alfonso, and now Larry Walker lifts one to right field. Another broken bat. That is 9 on the night. 9 broken bats.
Left fielder Dante Bichette.
And here's Dante Bichette, who has grounded to second on an error and struck out. So Dante 0 for 3. Olerud tonight 1 for 3. Olerud will drop down incrementally from his 352 coming in, and this one right below us. So a great time in baseball. The last 6 weeks of the season. I mean, how could you ask for a better baseball season than the one we've had? Inside, 1-1 to Bichette. The Yankees threatening to become the all-time winningest team if they can surpass the 116 wins by the 1906 Chicago Cubs. Make that 10. Another bat for Leiter. 2 outs. It's unbelievable.
He's just sawing all of these right-handers off. They are strikes, but with right-handers crowding the plate in this day and age and few of them being able to hit the inside pitches, this is what happens. You just get tied up below the trade marker on it where that ball's hitting, and that destroys bats.
For major league hitters, particularly adept major league hitters, the Rockies leading the National League in hitting, to break that many bats, you know there's late movement, because when you move into a ball, as Vinny Castilla, who has a single, a double, and an RBI, grounds this one and hit the bag. Alfonso playing Castilla near the bag, and on one hop it hits the bag. So the 3rd hit of the night for Castilla.
Continues red hot. What a day at third base for Ricardo Alfonso. He's had a little bit of everything down there today. This one right off the bag, up in the air. Probably really a break right here for Leiter, because that would have been a double if that goes down the line.
All together now, Al Leiter kicking his left leg up as the ball hit the bag. Al with quite a few antics of his own. And this one ripped into right field by Todd Helton on the curveball. So Helton singles, hit number 9 for the Rockies, and 2 on, 2 outs. A reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by Budweiser. Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Happy you're with us tonight. It's cooled off a bit here at Shea. We did have some rain in the 2nd inning. And Mike Lansing comes up. What I was going to say is major league hitters approach a ball to put the good part of the bat on the ball, and when you break that many, then you know there's late movement, and movement that they can't figure out. It's unpredictable. Inside corner to Lansing.
Hitters are never quite sure where Leiter's going to start them. We've seen him watching work inside outside on those first pitches. He'd vary that up. It's not the same.
Ground ball, right side. Lopez, nice play. Throw, got it. Great play by Louis Lopez. Lopez 2, Alfonso 2 on the good defensive plays. Mets lead it. Back after this, Pizza Hut.
I just want to tell you what a great job you're doing. You're hardworking, solid, dependable. You make our pan pizza America's favorite pizza. You make sure the crust is always crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. Without you, this place is nothing. You are special.
He's talking to the pan again.
Come on. Give me a hug.
Now get up to 3 toppings or a Supreme Pan Pizza for just $8.99. That's $8.99. What more could you want? Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
A month ago, my son Charlie drew a family portrait. I was the one on the couch. That's when I started taking Ginsana, a natural supplement. Ginsana every day gives me energy that lasts. Clinical proof says the pure ginseng in Ginsana helps my body use oxygen better to keep my natural energy going. All I know is I can feel it. And with more energy to go around, there's more of me to go around.
Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana.
Never!
Got a minute?
I got a fish.
Well, Toyota's national clearance event is here. And it's time to get great values on a huge selection of 1998 Toyotas. Like the legendary 4Runner, named the best overall value in its class. And RAV4 with one of the lowest maintenance costs in its class. So take time to catch the values at Toyota's national clearance event. Now at your Toyota dealer.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and nobody beats the whiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the whiz, a Cablevision company.
Edgardo Alfonso, he has had an error tonight, but otherwise a terrific first game so far. He is homered, hit by a pitch that led to a run in the first, and walked and scored a run in front of John Olerud's 17th home run of the year in the 5th. Line drive, base hit Alfonso.
First baseman John Olerud.
4 home runs in the game for the Mets off the starter. Pedro Estasio's out of there now in the 5th inning. John Olerud, a huge blast to dead center field. Hamilton, no chance on that one over the wall. Then same inning, Brian McRae the other way. 19th of the year.
Here's Olerud, and he takes strike 1 from Mike DeJean. DeJean in relief of Estasio in the 6th inning. Six to 2 New York here in the 7th. First of 2, and we will be carrying game 2. It'll be Bobby 1 from Mike DeJean. DeJean in relief of Estasio in the 6th inning. Six to 2 New York here in the 7th. First of 2, and we will be carrying game 2. It'll be Bobby Jones, the right-hander for the Mets, against John Thompson of the Rockies.
We quote you on that?
Yes, you may.
Anonymously, of course.
Anonymously, of course. Don't use my name. We are, in case you missed the first part of the broadcast, we are keeping up with Washington and all of the anonymous quotes that have filtered out in the last 24 hours. My partner is elected to go public with his quotes tonight, and I will remain anonymous. It is 6 to 2 New York, 7 hits for the Mets, 9 for the Rockies.
chicken.
There goes the runner. Check swing by Olerud, and safe at second base is Alfonso. Called a strike on Olerud. 1-2 to John.
Took off here. Throw by Manwaring, who throws him out at a 29% rate. And Perez came up. Had he caught that ball, would have had a chance to get the out. But was right into Edgardo Alfonso, and the ball dribbled behind second base. 7th stolen base, 7 for 9 for the Mets third baseman.
Garrett, that is another reason that runners should slide head first or feet first instead of that old-fashioned hook slide. And more and more players are resorting to that straight in slide, because if the throw is off, you can use your body to knock the ball out of the glove. Olerud to the right side, Alfonso to third base. So with 1 out here in the 7th inning, Don Baylor forced to move his infield in, trailing by 4.
Productive out for John Olerud. Gets a runner over to third base. Mets trying to tack on another.
Vance Gensana is the all-natural energizer. Find the energy. Feel your Gensana. The Mets certainly doing that tonight. And the crowd feeling a bit wet as Jupe has opened up again. Another broken bat, and Alfonso is out at home. I think Edgardo had a tough time deciding whether that ball was hit in the air or a ground ball. But a broken bat to third. Piazza does not drive in the run, and there are 2 outs.
And the barrel of that bat ended up well beyond the Colorado dugout in the seats. Piazza really got sawed off. The question was, as Timmy said, Castilla rather, did he catch that in the air? Answer, no. Alfonso, who didn't get a good jump, was out.
Swing and a miss by Brian McRae. So 0-1 to Brian. He had his 19th home run, 59th run driven in his last at bat. Inside, 1-1 to McRae. Just inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brian. Gary, we were checking the bullpen before the inning started, and Bob Apodaca had called down, and it looked like Turk Wendell was getting up, but then evidently Al Leiter said he was all right, and the bullpen sat down whoever was up out there. I think it was Wendell. 3-1 now to McRae.
They waited. They had somebody ready to throw, and then Leiter got back into the dugout, talked with Valentine and Apodaca, and immediately they called down. Obviously, with all these games coming, you don't want anybody warming up unless you really intend to use them.
Very, very good point. There goes Piazza, and this one is foul back. So 3-2 now to Brian McRae. Todd Helton, the first baseman, will play behind Piazza now. The one good thing, not only is Leiter's arm healthy tonight, but his left knee appears to be very healthy, not limping on it. And McRae draws a walk. So with 2 out, Brian McRae is on first. Mike Piazza moves to second base, and that'll bring up Lenny Harris. He was inserted in for defense back in the 6th inning. He's in Todd Hundley's spot in the order. Those numbers, by the way, are the combined averages of Lenny Harris for the Cincinnati Reds and the New York Mets. Traded for John Hudek 6 weeks ago or so. And he fouls it back. 0-1 to Lenny. (6-2) Mets here in the 7th. Game 1 of a doubleheader. 1 of 3 that will be played in the next 4 days. 0-2 now to Lenny Harris.
Tacking on runs late in the game, not only for this ball game for the Mets could be important, but they wouldn't mind getting into this bullpen a little deeper of Colorado. I mean, if they can pull a couple of more guys out of the pen and force Baylor to make moves, just bodes better for them in the remaining games against the Rockies.
Line drive, foul. Real mistake by DeJean. But still 0-2 to Lenny Harris. That's right. 2 more innings in this game, or an inning and a third if the Mets win it in 9. And then you have game 2, and then a night game tomorrow night at 7:40. Then the Cardinals are in. Cardinals will be sending Donovan Osborne against Rick Reed Thursday. Then Darren Oliver against Willie Blair on Thursday night. This one hit to left field. Could be trouble. Over is Bichette to make the play. Fine running catch by Dante Bichette. Ends it here in the 7th inning. Still 6-2 New York. Back after this from Omni Point. Good play.
I'd like a wireless phone.
Come here. Free phone if you sign up today, plus a zillion free minutes. Off-peak only, after a monthly service charge, which I change it will.
Sign here. What's this?
You're indebted to me forever, yada, yada, yada.
A contract?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
At OmniPoint, we have no contract to sign and no hidden charges. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Look, I'm going to let you keep your firstborn.
OmniPoint. Clear sound, straight deal.
Get a $129 Siemens digital phone for just $49.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means low finance rates. Now get 1.9 APR on all Chrysler and Plymouth minivans. Clearance means America's lowest priced minivan, Plymouth Voyager, costs even less. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Grand Voyager and Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
The Giants take on the Jets. Thursday at 8, only on UPN 9.
I believe in the 98 Mets.
Show up at Shea on Sunday, August 23rd for Gap Growth Chart Day. All kids will get a 6-foot growth chart poster featuring Todd Hundley and his daughter Heather, courtesy of the Gap. Be here when the Mets take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX.
Show up at Shea for Gap Growth Chart Day.
This game has been a real pitch 22 thus far. Al Leiter trying for his 9th win in his last 10 decisions. Trying to run his record to 12-4 on the year. He has been aided by 4 home runs of the Mets, accounting for 5 of the runs that they've scored. Only the hit by Mike Piazza in the 1st inning.
Then we might want to keep in mind that last play by Bichette here. If Colorado makes any kind of a comeback, that was a huge catch.
Sure was.
And a very fine play in left field.
And a difficult play for Bichette, who's much maligned for his defense. It certainly made a fine play to end the 7th inning. And that was a fair ball, by the way. Hit by Lenny Harris. That scorecard probably shows that the Rockies have stranded E11 through 7. Kurt Manwaring has the count 2-0, and nobody beats the Wiz scoreboard. Padres continue their winning ways. There's a strike to Kurt, 2-1. Dodgers over the Pirates, 2-0 at Three Rivers. Now our Toyota American League scoreboard as Manwaring fouls one off. The Red Sox have been tied by the Rangers. Now that is a very, very big game for Texas. That 2nd game.
Texas obviously less concerned with the wild card than they are with the division championship. Their best chance is to beat Anaheim out.
Manwaring down on strikes. That is strikeout number 5 for Leiter, and his first strikeout since the 4th inning. That'll bring up Terry Shumpert to pinch hit for Mike DeJean. Shumpert originally signing with the Kansas City Royals. That's where he broke in. picked up by Colorado. Only 8 at bats. 1 out here in the 8th. 6-2 New York, and this one fouled over the Rocky dugout. 0-1 to Terry Shumpert. Mike DeJean went 2 innings and pitched very well. Gave up only 1 hit, and he walked 1. Line to left field, so Shumpert with a base hit. And he's the 1-out base runner, and that'll bring up Darrell Hamilton, the leadoff batter.
Now it gets dangerous. This is where, for Leiter, you put the game away or you lose it. And obviously, Bobby Valentine going to get somebody ready, and that will be the left-hander Dennis Cook.
Got Cook up, and you would think that Bobby is looking forward to Larry Walker hitting. Walker, of course, batting 3rd. And Terry Shumpert on at first base. Darrell Hamilton is 2 for 4. He had an infield hit his last time up, and is also doubled, and he ducks away from a fastball inside. 1-0 to Hamilton. Inside, ball 2. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Hamilton.
Don't see it very often. I mean, Hamilton clearly taking pitches here. He's trying to draw a walk. They need base runners. Doesn't happen a lot anymore in the game.
Tap towards second. Lopez, 1 play, barehanded, got him. Sometimes you wonder if Lopez or Ordonez really need a glove out there. 2 outs.
What a job the infield has done for Leiter in this game. 3 fine plays at second base made by Lopez. 2 of them going backwards. This one coming in. His only chance is to barehand the ball and make the quick throw. You see how close that play is at first base. He did. Bobby Valentine has said since spring training the constants of this game win. Pitching, defense. Marked improvement.
Colorado Rockies lead the National League with a .297 batting average. They are last in pitching, and consequently not having a good year as a team. Foul back and into our booth, and that'll rattle things up. Vinny Sinopoli worrying about what he's doing after the doubleheader. See, you better trace that little white ball. I've told you about that.
Right
here he is, right here.
Larry protected him right here. Larry saved the day.
Larry man.
Thank you, Larry.
Vinny worried about where he's going after the doubleheader. You've got to pay attention. Keep your eye on the ball. 1-1 to Nafi Perez. Told you about that thing. It hurts when it hits. Vinny is walking on eggs. It hit our Altoid can there.
Oh, and did a good job on it.
Those are strong mints. We knew that.
Takes a licking, but keeps your breath fresh.
Ticking. I'll tell you, that's how this ought to be an ad for Altoids. Shows you how strong those mints are. It can stop a foul ball. It is 2-2 now to 2 out, a man on second. 6-2. Mets on top here in the 8th.
We've got to stop giving this free time away.
Outside, ball 3. It'll be interesting. Matter of fact, Dennis Cook is set down. And I believe Turk Wendell has gotten up. I'm going to say it'll be interesting to see if Perez gets on. Will Bobby Valentine allow Leiter to pitch to Walker? It would appear so now with Cook down. Full count to Perez. Line speared by Alfonso. Alfonso and Lopez have been all over the place. Still 6-2 New York. Back after this from Dodge. What an appropriate sponsor.
How do you know when the Dodge summer clearance is here? Because time really starts to fly. And you have a limited opportunity to buy a Dodge Ram starting at $15,200. Or lease this Dodge Ram for a remarkable $219 a month. But either way, you get the only truck that has won Strategic Vision's Total Quality Award for 4 straight years. So hurry in today while time is still on your side. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Do you remember when watching TV was a thrill?
Do you remember?
It can be again. At UPN, we promise it will.
You'll find yourself this fall on UPN 9.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Like a new Maxima, a new Pathfinder, or a new Quest, and get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
This copyrighted telecast authorized under television rights granted by Sterling Doubleday Enterprises solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Sterling Doubleday Enterprises is prohibited. Any commercial or other use of the program, such as by charging admission for its showing, is likewise prohibited. Curtis Leskonic will come out of the bullpen now and be the third pitcher in this ball game for the Colorado Rockies as they are trailing. The Mets on top here 6-2. For Leskonic, busy season, 50th appearance, 5-3. Leskonic 55 innings worked, opposition hitting .240 off the right-hander.
Sign of a pitching staff in trouble when they have 4 pitchers with over 50 appearances in the middle of August. Liable to get 4 guys with 70 or more appearances. That means your starting staff has not done well, as Luis Lopez, who has just been terrific on defense, takes strike 1. Luis 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a fly to left. 6-2 New York here in the 8th. Ball 1-1.
That fact of this use of the pen by Colorado has been a burr under the saddle of Don Baylor because of comments made by Mets manager Bobby Valentine that were taken to mean by Baylor that he didn't know how to run his pen. Valentine made some comments that Bobby said afterwards. He said, I was just stating a fact about how Colorado would be in trouble because of how much they've had to go to the bullpen. And it was written up and taken by Baylor to mean that he wasn't handling his pen very smartly. So that's been kind of smarting for the second half of this season by the Rockies manager.
Word smart can be used in different ways.
Different term, yeah, different meaning there. Yes.
2-2 to Luis Lopez, and this one jammed to left field. So Lopez fighting off a Leskonic fastball, singles to left, and that'll bring up Ray Ordonez, who may be bunting, depending on whether Bobby Valentine will go to a pinch hitter for Al Leiter.
Ordonez has become the premier bunter for the Mets. In fact, more sacrifices than anyone else in the National League.
Interesting thing has happened. Matt Franco has come out on deck, and Turk Wendell is no longer throwing in the bullpen. So there goes Ordonez swinging at an inside fastball. Well, maybe Matt Franco was put up there as a decoy, but Matt continues to be out there, and Ordonez did not have a good pitch at which to hit. Waves through it, 0-1 to Ray, 1 out.
Tried to protect the hitter here, but not going to do anything with this pitch. backed off it. And with a runner going, Lopez, no chance.
That looked like the hit and run. This one right to the right of us here. The Altoids were safe. Had to have been a hit and run, but sometimes on that ball up and in, you just can't swing at it. It locks you. It's what appeared to happen. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Ray Ordonez. And the Turk is ready. High, ball 3, 3-1. So Turk Window will be the pitcher in the top of the 9th inning. Just a terrific job by Al Leiter doing what was needed. We have stated throughout this game the importance of a commodity like water in a desert. Pitching for the Mets this week. 2 outs as Ordonez grounds out.
And he's been so constant, Leiter has. I mean, 12 have been stranded by Colorado in this game. They had their chances early on, and Leiter shut them down with guys on base. Not unusual. Here you see the earned run averages. That is the current earned run average of Al Leiter. Came into the game at 236, and that's what he has now. Just behind Glavine and Maddox. Ahead of everybody.
Sandwich with the 2 Braves in front, the 2 Padres behind him, and this one from Leskonic high to Matt Franco.
130 pitches today, Timmy, for Leiter. So whether or not he could come back or would come back Saturday is kind of iffy.
You just wonder if he does not come back, who does Bobby Valentine go to? A very, very tough choice.
Bobby Jones is pitching game 2, of course, is another possibility. Depend on how many he throws and how that game goes.
Ball 2 to Matt Franco. Game 2 will start about 25 minutes after game 1 ends. Be Bobby Jones against John Thompson, 2 right-handers, and Matt Franco takes ball 3 low, 3-1 to Franco. By the way, folks, between games we will also have a report from UPN 9 News. Catch you up on all the recent happenings. Full count now to Matt Franco.
Pitch hits for Matt, tying him for 4th in the National League. He had a rough spell where he didn't get many, but he's picked the pace up.
Line towards second and fielded by Lansing. And Franco makes the 3rd out. Mets with a minimum, but they lead at 6-2 after 8. Back after this from Cadillac.
With a $3.99 a month lease, plenty of cars in stock, and new ones arriving all the time, it's never been easier to get your hands on a Catera. But once you've experienced Catera's European performance and luxury, you may never want to let go. Catera, the caddy that zigs.
See your authorized Cadillac Catera dealer today.
Bud.
Wise.
Oh, boy. Bud.
Wise. Wise.
Louie,
What?
just say the line.
That's what I'm doing.
No, you're not. You're going wise.
These are my interpretations of the part.
This isn't Shakespeare. You're replacing a stressed-out frog.
Hey, Frankie, you know what they say?
What?
There are no small parts, only small lizards.
Nobody says that.
I do. I say it all the time.
Bud.
Wise.
Bud.
Wise?
I feel Hyundai has improved their product tremendously. I've never had a car that was more dependable. Get in it, sit in it, drive it, and you'll see what I mean.
For a limited time, you can get the roomy Sonata with air conditioning and stereo cassette for as little as $11,999. But you better hurry down to your Hyundai dealer. These deals are going real quick. You could get the Sonata for as little as $12 grand during the Hyundai Real Sale.
Chance for the win today for the Mets and Al Leiter. Victory number 12 if he can get it. And Turk Wendell has come on to try and close this ball game out for the Mets. For Wendell, it'll be his 42nd appearance of the season with that 4-0 mark. Picked up his first save on the road in Phoenix. Very rarely gets a save opportunity, obviously, with John Franco having that role. Does, however, beat up on the chalk bag often. And in this one, not a save opportunity either. He just wants the outs in a hurry and get on with it.
So Turk Wendell with a 4-run lead, trying to protect it so the Mets can win this game. And in doing so, they would be back in a tie with the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs game starts in about 20 minutes or so. Ground ball, right side, Lopez again. Man, 1 out. Fun to watch, huh?
The highlight reel continues for Mets infielders. Walker denied the base hit. Lopez, 2 to his left, 1 to his right, and 1 coming in. 4 outstanding plays in this game at second base. Wet grass makes the play.
And Dante Bichette fouls one back. Luis Lopez has been everywhere, filling in for Carlos Baerga. Baerga, in all probability, will start game 2. But a great job by Lopez here in game 1, and the slider to Bichette. Strike 2 to Dante. Don't see that too often this year for a man who entered the game batting .345, and he pokes this one foul.
3 points lost off that batting average.
John Olerud, meanwhile, has gone 1 for 4. Larry Walker, who entered the game batting .340, is 0 for, I beg your pardon, 1 for 5. Fly ball, right field, deep. Harris near the track. 2 outs.
Remember, on the double switch, Valentine put Lenny Harris in right where Tony Phillips had been playing, and moved Phillips to left because Phillips, that's his natural position in left field. He would have more trouble on this play than would Lenny Harris. That's why Harris is in right.
Remember, not only Lenny Harris for late inning defense, but you also have Jermaine Allensworth. Late inning defense, pinch running, available, picked up by Steve Phillips about 10 days ago, and our pregame guest. As Vinny Castilla, who's had a terrific first game, 2 singles, a double, and an RBI. 3 for 3, and it's 0-2 to Castilla. Strikes. Castilla down. Wendell, a perfect 9th inning. And the Mets win it, and presently are locked with the Cubs. Matter of fact, the Mets are better off than the Cubs. Actually 1 percentage point ahead of the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs game starts in 15 minutes. And the Mets game starts in about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll be back with a wrap. Al Leiter wins his 12th. 4 home runs for the Mets. Be back after this from G-Fin Eagle.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a 0-down, $319 a month Grand Cherokee Laredo lease with only $814 due at signing. Or during summer days, take advantage of low 1.9% financing. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this 319 lease at your dealer.
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Shea Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shea's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
This summer,
That's your man!
America's most wanted man will take any risk to prove his innocence. Wrongfully accused. It's not just a movie. It's every movie.
I'm as sure about that as I am that that's an anaconda.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, August 21st.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Like a new Maxima, a new Pathfinder, or a new Quest, and get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
Al Leiter and the Mets won the first game of this doubleheader 6-2. The Mets exploding with 4 home runs.
And some great defense. Our Budweiser play of the game, part of the defensive help that Leiter got. Outstanding plays at second and third by Alfonso and Lopez, and in right field, Lenny Harris, maybe with the most difficult play of the game. He'd just come on defensive purposes, made a fine catch. Our Budweiser play of the game.
Skies and the skyline looks brighter for the Mets. Back after this from Chrysler.
Summer means clearance at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Clearance means big factory authorized cash back. Get $1,000 cash back on Chrysler Sebring Coupe and get low lease rates on Sebring Convertible. Clearance means bigger cash back. Get $1,500 cash back on Chrysler Cirrus, ranked best entry midsize car in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. Or get $1,500 cash back on Plymouth Neon. Summer means clearance. Clearance means savings at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Having fun yet? Then get to the summer of fun and nobody beats the whiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the whiz. The Cablevision Company.
Meet Rio Arnett.
Welcome aboard.
He can take you to some of the most beautiful places on the planet.
Fully appreciate you choosing Air America for all of your flying needs.
But if you're gonna fly with him, be prepared to make a few unscheduled stops, considerable pressure changes, and no in-flight movie.
I can't believe this.
Well, I hope we can still be friends.
Lorenzo Lamas stars in Air America. Coming Saturdays this fall, only on UPN 9.
Leiter wins at 12-4. Stasio the loser, 11-12. Mets win the first of the doubleheader 6-2. We'll have game 2 of tonight's doubleheader coming up right now. A UPN 9 News special report.